that's the only reason this isn't going to be a horror movie that's really remembered, because, I mean, the plot is not dense at all. It's a very cliche plot as far as the motives of the killers go. Now, the growth of the relationship between Kristen and James is significant and has a more of a story to it. However, the motive for the killer isn't very dense, so it's just kind of reversed here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you remember correctly, and something Melina and I noticed was when their windshield of their car was broken up so they couldn't leave, their windshield was smashed, and there was a shape of a heart. So they really realized, I guess Kristen realized she loved him and probably wanted to marry him through this whole traumatic experience, which brought them together. So that heart in the windshield, the smashed windshield, was definitely symbolic, in my opinion. Would you agree?
It was. I agree with you completely.
And like we said at the end, they just were murdered, completely murdered. Then there was two boys on the bike at the end. The strangers came up to them, the people, and they said, "Could we have a pamphlet?" And it was like a Christian church-type pamphlet. And they said, "Are you sinners?" They said, "Sometimes," and things kind of ended from there. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it was very suspenseful. I mean, the lack of plot and unique plot as far as the motives for the killers is going to hurt the ratings a little bit. But I like the plot between the growth of the two's relationship together. I think that was interesting.
Yes,
and how they really came together and looked at each other. It was very emotional when they were being killed and were saying they loved one another and all that. But I like that. Overall, out of 5, me and Melina talked about this earlier, we were going to go ahead and give that a 3 out of 5 stars. So it's definitely
it deserved it.
Out. Yeah, definitely worth checking out, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it is.
And speaking of The Strangers and sequels, it has been confirmed to Variety that a sequel is in the works to The Strangers, tentatively titled The Strangers Part 2. The film will be written by Brian Bertino and directed by Laurent Briette. Shock Till You Drop reported that Relativity Media put The Strangers Part 2 on hold because they find that the movie might not be in their interest, even though Universal Pictures is willing to release it. The slated release year for the sequel is 2011. So this is definitely something I would be looking forward to check out. I would like to see that. Definitely.
I would too, because there are so many questions in the beginning of The Strangers that somebody will want to know.
And this film, I think a lot of more people should check out this film. I mean, the plot isn't that thick, but it's still a movie that really invokes the emotion. And if you'll notice, Seattle Film Examiner placed it in their category of the most underappreciated movies of the year. And the film was also ranked number 13 on Bravo's 13 Scariest Movie Moments television piece. Despite the fact that the film has acquired an average number of positive reviews, it was actually listed as the 30th worst 2008 film at Times Online. So it's definitely getting a mixed reaction, but I enjoyed it. It's definitely always going to be a B movie because it really invoked my emotion, though, so that's why I really appreciate it. But it's definitely not going to be an A movie. It's still going to be a B movie overall if you average everyone's opinions together, but I definitely still think it's something worth checking out. I think you'll enjoy it. So anything else you'd like to add before we get off the subject of The Strangers?
Well, I would say it definitely is a movie that is underappreciated, but it's like how you say never count the underdog out. So this movie, it has a lot of potential. I hope the sequel can live up to its reputation and become a successful sequel. Heck, it could even be Paranormal Activity 2 if you've even seen it.
Right, and we know James is dead, but remember at the end, Kristen reached up for the kid and grabbed him and kind of scared us all, but she was laying there for dead. But who knows, maybe she lives, and you wanted to learn more about what went on with James and Kristen, right, before that whole proposal ordeal, you say?
Because what I wanted to know was the back history for The Strangers. I wanted to know Kristen and James's history. Like, I think if anybody has seen The Strangers, they would want to know, why didn't she want to say yes to him? Did she have cold feet? Did she go through something? What was the reason?
Right, and we're definitely probably going to hear more about that in the sequel, hopefully. And one last thing about that, it was actually marketed as inspired by a true story with the Manson murders. So that's definitely interesting in 1969. But right now what we're going to do is going to pretty much end the show here, and we're going to play. I edited together a nice ending to the show here, which was originally going to be the open, but we're going to play the ending here, the conclusion, and kind of wrap things up. So, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap up the show?
Thank you for listening, guys. It was a pleasure, and hope to see you again soon.
We hope to see you again soon. From Todd Frizzell and Melina White, this is Gruesome Gossip. We will see you next time.
I want to play a game. Have you checked the children?
Here's Johnny.
Why are you doing this?
Because you're home.
Let me out, let me out. I am suffocating. I can't live without this all behind me. And it's almost over now. The look inside my darkest hour, where you will find me. Paralyzed and dying from the truth. You left me at the altar. My heart in my hand. I am tired and broken, haunted by memories of the life you stolen. I am tired and broken. You left me at the altar. My heart in my hand. In my hand. Let me out. Lips are trembling and I cannot make a sound. My love betrays me. And it's almost over now. The wall caved in, the roof fell down. And I am finally tired of the lying and the cloud that follows you. You left me at the altar. My heart in my hand. I am tired and broken, haunted by memories of the life you stolen. I am tired and broken. You left me at the altar. My heart in my hand. In my hand. You left me breathless. You left me scared. But your love had never kept me warm when you were here. And now my only hope is to take back what you stolen. My life will go on. And now my only hope is to take back what you stolen. My life will go on without you. You left me at the altar. My heart in my hand. I am tired and broken, haunted by memories of the life you stole. You stole. You stole. You stole.
Game over.